It might be. It might just fucking be. Alright, well look at that. Look at that. Here we are. Here we are again. Danganronpa 2. Chapter 6. It's time. It's time to end this. Time to find out the mysteries of the island. What is going on? Stage clear? It all seems like this is some sort of game. Perhaps some sort of simulation. Let's find the truth. The only way to do that is to play it. Let's go. Let's get right into it. Chapter 0 and 6. Island Life, Deadly Life. Here we go. Finished off, we ended Chapter 0. We saw Nagito with his weird ultimate despair hand. That was fucking weird. Let's just get right back into it. Dot, dot, dot. Huh? What is this? It's the door. This looks pretty familiar. Is this the beginning of the game again? There's a door. A door? Why is a door here? Where am I? How did I get here? Where am I supposed to go? Isn't that exactly the same thing he said at the beginning? I could... If I see everyone in here, I'm going to be pissed. Oh, motherfucker. No, it's an empty room. Huh? Isn't this a classroom? But even so, it's a very strange classroom. Why am I in a place like this? I went inside the ancient room with everyone else. We saw the trial ground. And then I'm in a classroom. It's not connecting. I don't know why I'm here. So there's no connection between how I left the trial ground and how I ended up here. It's just like before, when we were all gathered in the classroom just before we arrived at Jabberwock Island. But where is this place? Is it somewhere on Jabberwock Island? Ding dong. Bing bong? Oh no. Oh, no, no. Uh-oh. Oh no, not again. Huh? Did he say what I think he just said? Yes, he definitely said it. He said, "Welcome to Hope Speak Academy," but why would this place be Hope Speak Academy? Because it looks like it, you dumb turd. Not just that. What is this graduation exam? Isn't the killing over already? Au contraire, mon ami. Well, that's to say, my friend, not mon ami. Yeah, leave here. Oh, no. Oh, not this place. Even the hallway doesn't feel like a school at all. What a creepy place. At least it doesn't look like a normal school at all. It's definitely a lie. There's no way this place is Hope Speak. Trust me, buddy. I played an entire game where this is Hope Speak. This place is Hope Speak, the canyon that I've admired for so long. It's probably a building that Monokuma started made to starless, just like the funhouse. No, this is definitely Hope Speak. Go to the gymnasium, then I'll go and definitely clear things up. Walking around. Oh, no. I can't go in there. I can't go in there. Oh, no. Why am I in this place again? Illuminati. Can I wanted to go gamble. Oh, no. Despair. Despair is here. Despair! Something might be waiting, but I'm not going to cower away anymore. So I brace myself and cautiously open the door. Despair. Despair times are here again. This is the end. Goodbye, Academy of Despair. Spooky. I wasn't prepared for what was waiting for me on the other side of the door. It's a gym. A gym I know all too well. It was a normal gymnasium.
Damn
Yo, Hajime. You heard the announcement and came here too. You guys did too, right? Hey, what do you make of all this? Monokuma said this place was Host Peak Academy or something? That cannot be possible. You're right. Anyway you look at it, it's impossible. Hello? How's it feel to return to the long-awaited Host Peak Academy? You? Hey, where are you? Where'd you lock us up this time? I'm shocked. I just told you guys this is Host Peak. There's no way in hell that's true. Oh, but it is. I mean, this is definitely Host Peak Academy. Oh, what's left of it anyway? What's left of it? Can I tell you before? Fortunately, Host Peak Academy fell to ruin. Are you serious about that? I don't believe it. Of course it fell to ruin. I mean, they were doing things that they deserved to be ruined for. What do you mean? Anyway, I'm pretty disappointed. I went to all this trouble to bring you to Host Peak Academy and you don't feel surprised or nostalgic. Oh, it's not like I did this for you guys. Even if you don't feel nostalgic, I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now. Someone? Enough of this bullshit. Just spit it out already. You're making me feel nostalgic, you damn bastard. Where'd you take us, you bastard? Though I'm not certain of my memories, I believe we entered the ancient room, and it means I made this Host Peak Academy between the door to the room and the inside of the room. What do you mean between? What do you mean made? Oh my, your mind's getting the grumblies that only knowledge can satisfy? Good, very good. It's time to hurry up to the graduation exam, but it's in the nature to provide a little entertainment. Dude, you're playing the biggest do something, aren't you? Nothing to be so cautious about. It's not like you'll be making life exchanges or anything like that. Just a simple graduation exam. Then what is the graduation exam? Well, as a headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate. On the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. So I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here. Huh? We're obviously going to get out. There's no way we'd stay here. This is annoying. Just hurry up and let us choose. Let us choose right now. You can't do that. The main cast hasn't arrived yet. Main cast? Meaning you guys are just extra until the guest of honor arrives. So I'm not complaining already. Hurry up and start researching the outside world. What do you mean? I dispersed all the teaching materials you need to research throughout Host Peak Academy. I don't think this needs to be said, but all the information is accurate and contains no lies whatsoever. Otherwise the main cast is going to hate me. So, please rest assured and strive to do your best during your field trip. As usual, after leaving us with his cryptic words, Monokuma disappeared. Even if the setting had changed, even if the killing was finished, we had still the same as usual. What's going on? Outside world, main cast. Somehow I have a bad feeling about this. Like you kept deciding that this place is Host Peak Academy. But that's impossible, right? How do we make it back to Host Peak Academy from a tropical island in the first place? Oh, I don't know. It's possible. There's no place for Host Peak Academy to exist on Jabberwock Island. I said I wanted to go back, but I don't want to go back to a creepy place like this. What does this mean? So many things I don't understand have happened on the island. This building is really Host Peak Academy? I mean, it fucking looks like it, you dumbass. This is the Host Peak Academy I've been admiring for so long? What in the world is going on? Damn it, why is this happening? Why? I was finally able to attend Host Peak Academy. I finally thought I'd become confident in myself. Even so, I wanted to become Hope. Is that what you're thinking? Just stop. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents and a strong will. The moment you're born into this world, you either have that or you don't. It has nothing to do with the other. You must be chosen by Hope to become Hope. That's why it's not even worth admiring. Or were you so blinded by your admiration for Host Peak Academy that you couldn't even see that? Nagito, I love you, but you are a dick. You're just some nobody from the reserve course who never had talent to begin with. Nobody who forgot he was a nobody. That's all. If I really am a nobody, then you should have just left me alone. Why do I have to go through something like this? Hajime, did something happen? Huh? Now's not the time to zone out. Sorry, it's nothing. I don't really get it, but is that all? As long as I don't beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's going to be solved. Is that what it means? Just what the heck is Monokuma anyway? He's not a part of the Future Foundation, right? If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation? Even though Chiaki and Monami are gone, our situation hasn't changed one bit, which means the Future Foundation wasn't our enemy. That's the only thing I can think of. So they're not World Ender? Then we were really tricked by Monokuma? The Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on the island, right? Regarding that matter, I believe Monami never once denied that. Even if they're our allies, they might not just be allies. Maybe Monokuma is telling us to investigate that information on our own. Chiaki said she could not betray the Future Foundation, but if she were still alive, she definitely would have helped us. No, even her just being with us would have been a big help. So what should we do? Well, it's obvious. If we're going to get out of here safely, we have to do that graduation exam, right? Graduation, huh? I'm not really good at taking exams. I guess it's better than people dying. Monokuma said something about a field trip, right? Is he telling us to investigate like we have been? Alright, I'm gonna do it. Prepare yourself. Yeah, we might be able to learn about something. About Hope's Peak Academy. About ourselves. I don't care if we don't know anymore, but if we can just go back to our normal lives, I'm fine. Yeah, hey, we can go home when this is over, right? We can finally get off this damn island, right? If that's the case, let's all leave this island alive by any means. Hell yes. He's right. Now's not the time to bemoan how unlucky I am. Where this place really is, what's happened to Hope's Peak Academy, none of that matters. What's important is I need to leave this island with the others. We sacrificed so many lives in order to survive just so we could do that. There's no way we can stop now, but Monokuma should already know that that's what we're thinking. So why did he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock Island? He should already know that we never choose to stay on this island. So what are we going to do? Can we start already? But what are we even looking for? Do we just have to investigate this weird-ass building? I don't think we'll find the answers to all our questions inside this damn building. I'll just go on ahead for now. Hey, you're already gone? What is that idiot thinking running ahead without being cautious? She obviously isn't thinking about anything. It'll be fine. There will no longer be any situations where we must exchange each other's lives. So we should just do our best as well. Like they say, it is not scary if everyone stops at a green light. If we stop at the green light, we never reach our goal. Kinda already took off on our own. Might be best if we split up and look around too. Like Sonya said, if there'd be no more killing, we don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore. Then let's get this over with and go home. I'll go on ahead. I'll see you guys later. Those brief words Fuyuhiko left the gymnasium. I shall do my best to obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Now then, please excuse me. Sonya took a deep bow and then left the gymnasium. Miss Sonya, please don't leave me. I'll be in danger if I'm left alone. Kazuichi chased after Sonya, who had just departed, and left the gymnasium. I should hurry and start too, just a bit more, and it's going to end. I have to escape this nightmare and return to my usual peaceful everyday life. The only thing we can do is advance for that hope, even though I don't understand. And a lot of horrifying things keep happening. For the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely going to go home. Ka-ching! Let's investigate this room. There's nothing. Except for you, motherfucker. Oh god, I'm already at 999 Monokuma coins. Why am I on the 5th floor? That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but it's clearly different. This Monokuma's doing too? Trying to confuse us again? But keeps doing it over again. He's so persistent. But I'm not going to fall off his trap. There's no way this will make me back down. Okay. Sonya. This hallway, there's a strange feeling to it, no? As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement. Is it just me? Yeah. It's probably because there is an invisible wall. Oh god. I can go into the dojo. Memories. This dojo? It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. A book? What is this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope's Peak Academy by Monokuma. Why is a manga with such a suspicious-looking title laying out in the open like this? Let's start with the history first, class. Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. That's what the first asks, yes? That depends on the person. So just as I thought, Monokuma made this. That totally explains how suspicious it looks. Let's read it. I really want to just ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to get out of here, no matter what it is. Picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy's history as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. Story begins with an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope's Peak Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope's Peak Academy isn't just for a school of talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well. However, the past few years, Hope's Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes that they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent, so they decided to implement a new system, the Reserve Department. Unlike the main department, who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Departments are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Hope's Peak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope's Peak Academy are now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. With this, Hope's Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research of talent. To create Hope's Peak Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope, But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, it was the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy was crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that suddenly cancels in the middle of its run. Plus these phrases mentioned at the end of this manga, the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. These names are so melodramatic. There's no way these incidences really happened, right? Oh god, we're on the 5th floor. Am I going to be able to go check out the room? It's a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something about, because of this manga, the reserve department. The department was only built to collect money. I was one of those reserve corps students, right? That's weird. Oh, you're here again. The thing that's weird is you, of course. Why did you forget that you were part of the reserve department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that, too. What do you want me to say? Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those reserve corps students. Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself. Huh? You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. It happens pretty often. Not that I know anything about that at all. You're saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it. When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a reserve corps student. I'll kill you, bastard. Damn it, what the heck? Truth bullet. Oh, shit. This has been added to the truth bullets. There are a bunch of wooden lockers here. Each of them has a traditional-looking wood block keys together. I guess they're just for show. There's nothing in particular that looks like a clue. Straw posts, used for training. Target. Probably production time had more time. There could have been a mini game here. Wait, what am I saying? God damn it. This cherry tree is in full bloom. It may be a tasteful sight to see a blooming cherry tree inside of a dojo, but in this situation it just looks bizarre. Armor. It's armor and a helmet. Did the map developers design this to reflect a Japanese dojo? Wait, what am I saying? Leave here. Old building, 5th floor. Well, I can't go into there. Kazuichi. Oh, I can't go into the... It doesn't even exist. No, it's this one right here, isn't it? So, Kazuichi. So, wait, it's kind of creepy. Can't go to places I should be able to get to. It's like some rule is being enforced for no reason. It's like there's an invisible wall or something. I can go into 5A. That's not where the tragedy happened. Unless it is. Was 5A the tragedy room? No. It's where I woke up. This is another manga. It's lying on top of the desk. This one is Manga from Orange, The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, huh? Wasn't the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy a mention in other manga too? That's why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt, and it was the trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. I should probably read it. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about that incident? Probably. Let's do it. Hey, that's the headmaster. Took the manga from the desk and started slipping through the pages. See what I can learn about the event known as the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavily use of outdated stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamakura. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students of the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence, but Izuru, who is known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy Student Council, among the Student Academy's biggest and best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. Wait, what? However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and conceal the incident so it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, stoked the fires of Reserve Corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated, and the uprising began, and that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Eventually, the incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Works cited Danganronpa /0. With a heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed in Hope's Peak Academy. What irony, for a genius known as the ultimate host to cause such a gruesome incident. A talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. Oh, you should be lucky that you're incompetent. Damn it, he always has to lead up to something offensive. He seriously pisses me off. But ultimate hope? Nagito mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagito said was the true meaning of hope, but for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they'd given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve department. Here it said that the reserve corps students in the reserve department began uprising. And what about me? Was I a participant too? No, you are Izuru. No, just kidding. No, that's not possible. There's no way. I have no reason to do something like that. Well, I don't know. Maybe you did. Anyway, I've learned about the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is a far worse incident, right? What kind of incident was it? And who's this other student that isn't a Zero? Certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage. Who is that? This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep piling up. Yes, they do. Leave here. So that door was locked, and then it became unlocked. So what is unlocked to me now? Is 5C unlocked? Now I can go to the bio lab. Uh-oh. You want to look at some bodies? What the hell is with this room? It's freaking cold in here. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I might end up freezing to death. I should hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here. None of the lights are on. I've seen this in movies before. It's a refrigerator for serving dead bodies. At least that's what it looks like. But that's not possible. Keeping dead bodies in a high school biolab is isn't something you should joke about. It just feels so forced. This idea should have been canceled during development or something. Huh? What am I thinking? You! Gotcha, bitch. Oh, a tarp. This looks like a plastic tarp. Why is this left out like this? Clean up after yourselves, will you? Hey, you don't know anything. Let's look at this. There's another manga just lying around here. The name of the title is Manga for More. It's the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. I knew it. The next one would obviously be about this incident. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, huh? Just what was that incident really about? It might turn out to be something lame. Nope. I flipped through the page of the manga and I hope that I was right. You were wrong. It's pretty horrible. Story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? The beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. At first, the uprising by the Reserve Corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in. But the movement was not confined to the internet. It began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. As it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. But then it was too late. The ends of the means had vanished, and the wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak. The weak killed the weakest among them. And soon the weak formed factions that brutally murdered the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear as that the era was regressing to more uncivilized times, when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coups d'etat began occurring around the world, a war waged in the name of despair. War fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain, just war, pure war, and because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization, devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy, a group called Ultimate Despair. Oh god. Instead of using Hellspeak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they use them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society use their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. My heart was racing in my chest, but my body felt ice cold. It was probably because I was in a freezer, but it wasn't because I was in a freezer. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is definitely all made up. And it's not. I mean, this is really true. Then what's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant, that toilet I use occasionally. What's happened to them? Are you serious yelling at a manga? How crazy are you? Who would enjoy reading something like this? Oh my, you don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy. Enough. What is this messed up manga? Oh, don't you know? Clearly it's something that's designed to make me upset. Pooh. I thought you'd know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember that, such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault, though. Thanks to them stealing your school memories. The incidents that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains. This incident really happened, and I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible. How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues here are real. Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world. I see, so that's how it is. That's what he meant by what he said at the beginning. Well, as a headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate. But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here. Trying to make us feel despair toward the outside world, so we'll want to stay on the island. But there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps no, that's definitely it. The tragedy has been added to the truth bullets. Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is this ultimate despair group? They're devoted to a certain student who guided Hellspeak Academy to destruction. Are you talking about Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student? Perhaps you're referring to Junko Inashima. Are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hellspeak Academy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. They're known as Ultimate Despair. They're high school students, right? Well, if they were actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they were called Ultimates. And are the killings we're involved in connected to them as well? It's no use. I'm going to freeze to death. I'm at my limit. I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. That was close. I nearly froze to death. So where should I go next? Are you going to let me go into it? No. Damn it. Oh, 5B is open now. Despair. No, I should ignore it. I'm just going to pretend I didn't see him. Sup, Fuyuhiko? Oh, I decided to turn that bastard bear was suddenly here. He kept glancing at me. I wonder why. It's going to be shitty either way. So I'll let you handle it. There's no way I'm going to deal with that idiot. I don't want to do that either. Damn it. Fine. Why, hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasingly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right? What are you doing here? Oh, there's another thing I need to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth? You should have done that from the beginning. I didn't want to read your manga in the first place. A high school student who doesn't like manga is like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots. I'm getting really fed up with your babbling. Hurry up. What did you need to tell me? It's about the key piece of information you've been waiting so long for. It's about ultimate despair. Huh? Even though the term ultimate despair refers to a group these days, it was originally a title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. A high school girl? Lady Junko Inoshima, god damn it. Junko Inoshima. As a former ultimate despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor. Created the ultimate despairs. There was one really horrible person in that group. Hold on a sec. I don't know what the ultimate despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people would join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl. Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it. That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power. Her connections were the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place. So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat. Then what was their purpose? What? Like I said, why did they cause that incident? It doesn't even make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they did that what they did without purpose. It was Junko Inoshima's despair. Huh? For Junko Inoshima, despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Inoshima as Junko Inoshima. What are you saying? I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Inoshima is full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving, for her everything is despair. What the hell? With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea has been slammed right in their minds. So the ultimate despairs whom recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Inoshima. Like believers making offerings to their god, like a mother providing food to her children, they dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko Inoshima's name. For example, they killed their families and friends and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something that they had to do. There's no way that something that crazy is possible. Do you know about the final days of the reserve corps students during the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Final days? Junko had the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history. Hey, what do you mean final days? What happened to the reserve department? They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so the 2,357 students of the reserve department all committed mass suicide. A mass suicide? All 2,357? Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. Is that me? I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair, Junko Inoshima? It doesn't scare me at all. I mean, Junko Inoshima is already dead. Huh? How do you know that? Reserve department has been added in your handbook. Check the truth bullets. How do you... Wait, hold on. Repeat that? Hey, Fuyuga, sure what you said? Junko Inoshima is really dead? What, you didn't see? There was a book called Manga for Morons Killing School Life in the Bloody Classroom. Bloody Classroom? No, wait, what was that you said about the killing school life? Like the killings we were involved in, there were killings that happened at Hope's Peak Academy. So recall the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her. Yeah, that's what it was. The killing school life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy. For manga about the killing school life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed killing school was Junko Inoshima. The mastermind took her own life, which means Junko Inoshima is dead. It turns out that killing school life was part of the whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students of Hope's Peak Academy and forced them to kill each other. Former students of Hope's Peak Academy, and she took away their memories. That's just like us. Apparently the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcasting worldwide. There's a limit to being a cruel asshole. The surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing? Students of Hope's Peak Academy were widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival, they were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up. But that messed up plan was stopped. Junko Inoshima failed. Junko lost to the student she placed in her trap, and after being overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life. That Junko is no more. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter. Junko Inoshima isn't alive anymore. Or is she? Oh god. Then who is our enemy? Monokuma? Junko Inoshima is already dead. Are the rest of the ultimate despairs behind this? Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings were involved in to resemble that killing school life. I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but an imitation is just that, an imitation. If the students of Hope's Peak Academy stop the real deal, there's no way we'll lose to some fake. But this is really an imitation. Are those surveillance cameras the same too? Are we getting broadcast? Just like the surveillance cameras during this killing school life? Dank. Killing school life has been added. Ultimate Despair has been updated. Man, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh? What, do you have a problem with that? Well, I really wanted you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it. Oh, I'll just raise the flag. Flag? What do you mean raise the flag? What's going to happen if you do that? One step at a time, you're getting closer to clearing my character route. You're not making any sense again. I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and the inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy. What the fuck are you talking about? What a surprise. You want to hear about the Ultimate Despairs again? No, I don't really need you to... Even though the term... Oh, God. Alright. Thank you. Goodbye. Alright. Now we're on the 4th floor. Huh? It changed to a different hallway again. So sudden. What's going on to make something like this happen? No, I've already decided I'm not going to be surprised. That's right. There's no time for me to be surprised by something like this. Huh. Akane. Touching her nose like a beast, examining her surroundings. Hey, what happened? Well, you know, it's just my gut, but I feel like someone's getting closer. What do you mean, who? I don't know, it's just my gut after all. So her gut is pretty impressive. For some reason, it's strangely intuitive. Manku did say something about the main cast coming. Surprising, but her gut must be correct again this time. Alright, let's go explore the data room. No, I can't go into the data room. Oh, the music room. Oh, don't make me go in here. Hey, is Hika's dead sister in here? Well, this looks like the music room. I feel like I can see something strange. The monument? It's like some sort of monument. Why would there be a monument in a music room? And not just that, the mark engraved into the monument is the symbol of the Future Foundation, right? Below that symbol, there's a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hope Peak Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. Huh? Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hope Peak Academy? Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma, he completely made that up. Wrong. Future Foundation's origins has been added to the Truth Bullet section. What's going on with the hologram? What is this? Words are floating in the air. This is like a hologram, right? Floating are forming a sentence. The floating letters are forming a sentence. It looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information. A person claims to be a survivor of Host Peak Academy. Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. They're survivors of Host Peak Academy. It's possible they may be targeted by ultimate despair. We should require them and place them in our care as soon as possible, though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko and Ashima rallying them. In worst case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Also, there are survivors of Host Peak Academy. We should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of their origin, and we haven't located them either. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we have received a report from the research facility on Danganronpa Island. Preparations have been completed. Seems that we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. Survivors of Host Peak Academy, 15 students. Is that about us? Including Chiaki, who was a part of the Future Foundation? There were definitely 15 of us, but what do survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore, maybe. I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we lost. Uh-oh. The Academy survivors has been added to the truth bullets. This is all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed the Future Foundation is on our side, at least. They're founded by the graduates of Host Peak Academy, and they took us in to protect us. But that's true. Chiaki should have made that clear to us. No, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Wait, so they found us... And then they put us in the Neo World program, whatever that is. Probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Monokuma, if he's the founder of Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despair who caused the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Those who are carrying out the will of Junko and Ashima are making us go through this. Oh, it's caught my attention in the email, too. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? What's that about? The only Future Foundation facility we found was that ancient room. There's no way that's a research facility. If there really is a research facility on this island, there should be other Future Foundation members here. Somehow there are still so many mysteries. Wait a goddamn minute. I have no idea. Oh god, I can't see! Get out of my vision! Oh, the teacher lounge. Uh-oh. Message not downloaded. Did someone try to text me? So it's different from a classroom. It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room kind of has that stuffy teacher vibe to it. The office, huh? Now that you mention it, does look like that. More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere. As long as this guy gotta be obsessed with Sonia, give it up already. Man, brutal, man. There are letters floating in the air, like the music room from earlier. It looks like a passage from an email someone wrote. It's the same one from earlier. I guess I should read it. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they have lost Junko Yoshima, the fact remains that they are extremely dangerous. Even after her death, the tragedy has not ended. However, there is still a leader on par with Junko and Yoshima. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of a shining future. Immediately eliminated. Does that mean this is an order to kill them? That doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess it's understandable. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is as terrible as it sounds. It's pretty much all-out war. The remnants of despair are the ones waging that war. There's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. Remnants of despair. There's something written on the blackboard. What's written here? List of subjects. It's written on the blackboard in large letters. Just below that, there are names I've seen before. Yeah, no shit. It's us. There's a newspaper posted on the blackboard. Below that, Hyoko Seonji is written there. What's this newspaper? What is this? It says Miss Hyoko Sanji. This can't be the same Hyoko, right? I mean, the Hyoko we knew. She was much smaller and looked more childlike. It was pretty much her defining feature. The photo in this newspaper. In a way, I can see the resemblance to Hyoko, but her height and figure is too different from the Hyoko we know. What does this mean? It means we all grew up. But when we were put into whatever it was, they reset us to our high school age. It says Hyoko Sanji there. Hyoko has an older sister with the same first and last names. That doesn't make sense. That's the only explanation. I mean, look at it yourself. That's not Hyoko. And did you ever hear her mention an older sister? It's not like I was that close to her or anything. She doesn't have an older sister. Hyoko's the Seonji's family's only daughter. She doesn't have a sister that a relative? No, there's still too much of a resemblance. That's Hyoko. What are you saying? Hyoko doesn't have a curvy body like that, and she was famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap by looking that. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt? What are you saying? She's dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt. Regardless, all the clues I've provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair. What the heck? Is this the truth? This is the truth, and the Hyoko on the newspaper is Hyoko. Is really saying this is the same person? That's impossible. I mean, how could there be a photo of a grown-up Hyoko when she's already dead? Why does this even exist? Oh, I don't know. Could it be related to that list of subjects over there? Huh? I mean, if it says subjects, maybe it means there was some kind of experiment, right? That experiment changed Hyoko's body? Oh, what am I saying? Just saying it out loud makes it sound messed up. What experiment? Some kind of experiment would mean that we're also test subjects, right? I mean, our names are also written on the blackboard under that list of subjects. The Neo World Program was what they were experimenting, right? Yeah, what's going on? Better not have anything to do with time travel. No, it has nothing to do with time travel. Look at this portrait. Extremely overwhelming portrait. I feel like I've seen it before, but the name mentioned in the placard says Izuru Kamakura. Doesn't this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier? Damn it, another mystery. Kamakura. He is the ultimate... Oh, with this you totally raise all the flags on this floor. Shall now go on to this next stage. Next stage? We're on to floor 3. Ah, not before I grab you, you motherfucker. I'm at max mana coins. All of my flags are raised. Never mind. I'll just leave. I'll go. It's better that way. 3rd floor. Damn it, not again. Hallway is different from the last time. I guess when the flag mentioned... When the Akuma mentioned is raised, I'll move to a different hallway than the last. But how can he do that? Now's not the time to be confused by that. Thinking about it is just going to waste my energy. Oh, God. The art room. Take me to the art room. Wait a minute. I was by the physics lab? Alright, I guess I'm going to the rec room first. There's a billiard table, a dartboard, and a shelf lined with magazines. Hard to think this actually exists. Also, the pool table's levitating! There's a file. File with Hopespeak Academy seals on it. Confidential. This means a big secret, right? Why would an important document be here? Why would I even ask you a question like that? Obviously, Monokuma's responsible. Anyway, I need to confirm what's inside the file. About the Hope Cultivation Plan. For many years, Hopespeak Academy has conducted rigorous research into various talents. The Hope Cultivation Plan seeks to use the fruits of our labor to further our true goal. With our hands, we will birth the true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. Truly, the program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate education. This plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so we must succeed at all costs. What followed was a series of detailed instructions and intricate orders. It was full of difficult technical terms, and I had no idea what any of them meant. However, the word true hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason. The Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope. Hopespeak Academy was behind something like that? I don't really get it, but there's something about those words. True hope, huh? Hope Cultivation 10 has been added to the True Bullet section of your handbook. There's only 4. There's only 4. Why are there only 4? I've got a bad feeling about it. Let's see what the sofa says. It's a nice firm-looking leather sofa. Maybe comfortable for anyone to sleep on. Ah, don't say that. There's a lot of different magazines here. There's even a magazine about cameras. My hero would have been happy to see this. Any of them upside down? There's a locker back here. Why is everything floating in this room? Dartboard. It's a dartboard. It's still a school, right? Or did Monica just randomly make up this place? No, this is a real room. This hologram again. What's this one say? It looks like another email package. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have finally succeeded in acquiring them and placed them in our care. However, they were all dispersed. We were successful in acquiring all 15 of them. Due to the fact that we are unable to ask them about specific details, it is unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some are wounded, so it seems certain that they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined that they were the same age as the others, so we decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school life. As for the remnants of despair, there is still no solid leads regarding this matter, and we have no new information to report. They were left to the survivors. They were left to Makoto, Byakuya, and those guys? Huh. Interesting. We'll continue with the investigation. Once they're discovered, we shall eliminate them immediately. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. So this has happened some time after Danganronpa 1. And we've updated the truth bullet for Hope. The Academy survivors. They succeeded in acquiring them and placing them in our care. That means we should have been protected by the Future Foundation. Then why is this happening? If the Future Foundation was protecting us, why were we forced to kill each other on the island? It's not possible that the Future Foundation set this all up. My Hajime, if you keep worrying like that, you're going to get a toothache and collapse. It's your fault. What is this hologram thing anyway? It's exactly what it looks like. They're the Future Foundation's emails. I thought they made the perfect clue, so I did a bit of hacking here and there to get them. You can even do that? Whoever's controlling you seems to possess many talents. Well, who cares about me anyway? That's not important at all. There's no way that's not important. His true identity should connect everything to what's happening right now. Oh, God. The second floor. Looks like I'm in a different hallway again. I'm not used to it, but even so, what is this place? Am I dreaming or something? I mean, it's totally disconnected from reality. Oh, fuck. This is a mindfuck. You alright, Akane? Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Well, the library. Is this room gonna be right side up? It is. Oh, this must be a library. Monaco probably left something here, did he? Where's the letter? I can't go into the archive. Where's that bastard hiding? Oh well. This hologram. It must be another one of the Future Foundation's emails. I should read it. There's no doubt that's another clue. To Future Foundation 14th Division Makoto Naegi. Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What you're doing is a serious act of treason. Do you understand? Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep those people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agree with our ideals, right? The Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy you survived and cooperated with recovering your memories. Immediately return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. What does this mean? This email suggests that someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. This email is addressed to Makoto Naegi. He's with the Future Foundation, right? Then why was he trying to protect the remnants of despair? Did he betray the Future Foundation? No. Makoto, someone who is also known as the Ultimate Hope, would never betray what he believed to be right. So clearly the Future Foundation has something wrong here. If there's anyone that I have hope in, it's Makoto. Because he is pretty cool. Oh, I still have to be upside down. Okay. Hey, 2B. Wacky. I'm gonna have an aneurysm later. This is not 2B. This is the laundry room. Did I walk into a classroom? I don't really get it, but this looks like the laundry room. There's no use to worrying about it, but I was at school and now I'm suddenly in the laundry room. I can't look at the swimsuit. Damn you. You! Yeah, give me those mono coins that mean nothing. The only thing I can look at is this tablet. So it's like a tablet. It looks like the power's on. Is this the next clue? Picked up the tablet and immediately started examining it. This is the Neo World program. Neo World program? This is Neo World. I seem to recall hearing and seeing it a few times already. Neo World program has another name. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator. The Neo World program is built with the most recent psychotherapy technology and administrative software to develop the Neo World program. Members such as the Ultimate Programmer, the Ultimate Neurologist, and the Ultimate Therapist are among the many talented people whose research results were utilized. By mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo World program allows its subjects to experience a synthetic virtual... God damn it! We're in a simulation. We're in the Neo World program. That's what they're doing to us. Why are they doing it to us? I don't know. Someone put us in a simulation. Additionally, the Neo World program has another feature. It can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. Therefore, it is possible to undo trauma sustained in the real world through the use of the virtual world. Oh, they did it so that we would not have to go through trauma. But then we still killed each other. Haha. This device is for psychotherapeutic purposes only. Any other use is expressly forbidden. Though it is highly effective in treating brainwashing. Abusing the device risks total personality destruction. As extreme care must be exercised when operating this program. Slowly, everything about me turned black. Synthetic virtual world program. Feeling of emptiness, like everything is being tainted. Feeling of weakness, like the world is collapsing beneath my feet. Everything is starting to feel meaningless. The desperate attempts, the sad goodbyes, the conflicts, the trust I felt until now. It's all disappearing until all I feel is despair. Sheer thoughtless of our confirmed the sound of my own voice. There's no way I could accept this. I started to accept that. There's no way. Something as crazy as this actually exists. Everything makes sense. Gotta raise the flags more in order to clear my character room. Now then, despair is waiting for you. I don't want it. This is possible. It's all made up. Everything is all made up. Made up. Including me too? Oh no, Hajime, don't do it. You're losing it, buddy. Unless... God, no, buddy, you're fine. It's okay, everything is fine, buddy. Don't worry about it. How are you doing? Do you enjoy the killing school trip? By the way, do you guys remember the speech I made at the beginning? From this point on, I promise you a world that truly deserves to be called a game. Ooh, you guys are the only ones watching this who can save them. The end of the world is nigh.